So your name is Anthony. How old are you, sir?
I'm 43.
43. I'm a rock with it. When you watch it back, I hope it clears up. Maybe it'll clear up. 43, Fresno, Cali. You have any kids?
I have two kids, a 16-year-old that stays with me, that's going to college soon, and a 10-year-old that stays with his mom. I was married for 14 years, so both of them from the marriage, and we divorced about 5 years ago.
Okay. A 16-year-old, and what's the other child's age?
10-year-old daughter that stays with her mom.
Okay. And they were both from your ex-wife.
Yes.
Okay. What do you do for a living, Anthony?
I'm a utilities director. I'm over a water department, as well as I do a lot of real estate and a few other things, investments that kind of keep me going.
Okay.
That I enjoy.
Okay. All right, let's do it. We got Anthony, Fresno, California, 43. Dad of 2 kids by his ex-wife. You are a utility director and also real estate and investments, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. What kind of woman are you looking for?
Number one, a woman of character. I think that's extremely important. Somebody that has a really good faith, that likes to have fun. I like to travel. Last weekend I was in Atlanta. I really enjoyed myself. I almost tried to make it to DC when you was there, but I couldn't make it work. I was trying to, but I couldn't.
I appreciate the effort. Okay.
Yeah, and then I go to Bali next month. So just somebody who can balance faith as well as fun. And give me 1 second. I'm gonna shut this fridge.
Okay.
I mean, so far he hasn't said nothing crazy, but you guys will see, because of his standards, once he talks about his standards, the women were calling him gay because they can't measure up.
So you say you're going to Bali next month, so you want someone that can travel.
Yes, passport.
Gotta have,
And I'm completely, yeah, either a passport, but I'm okay with like the Ruth methodology. Like if you don't, just be willing to get a passport.
Okay, willing to get a passport. Okay. Okay. You have any more requirements before we go to your deal breakers?
No, I think mainly character, somebody of faith, somebody that looks at the positive. And the reality is that whenever you're in a relationship, you grow a lot. So somebody that's open, cooperative, I think that's extremely important. I think I have a very strong direction that I'm going. So definitely want somebody that's willing to get on that train and enjoy life and do life together.
Okay. For your Wi-Fi, someone is saying maybe you have the plastic still on. Do you have the plastic part on your phone? It's getting better. Actually, it's starting to get a little better.
Yeah, I got the new MacBook Pro, and I've actually never used it. I've just been having it around the house. So I just turned it on. So it might be me. It might be like plastic or something on.
Okay. All right. So the plastic's not on, right?
I don't think so. I hope it's not. That'd be kind of embarrassing.
Okay. All right. Okay, Anthony. So wait, what were your deal breakers again?
Really just, somebody who's not honest to me, somebody who's not loyal, somebody that's not cooperative. I really believe in cooperation.
What does cooperation mean?
So he basically wants a submissive woman, because men have learned that women don't like the word submission. So they say, I want a kind woman, a woman who's very cooperative, and a nice woman, no arguments, which really means I want a submissive woman, because women hate the word submissive. They think it means slave.
That's a really good question. I have a really strong plan and I try to be a man of integrity. So I want somebody that can follow that lead, so I believe I'm a really good leader. I got an MBA, so I lead hundreds and hundreds of people. So I think I can lead a household, and want somebody that's willing to jump on and go in the same direction as me. So I think it's pretty basic, not too complex.
Okay, got you. All right. Should she look a certain way?
I like a good face card. Like, that's really important. I like a really beautiful smile. If she got a really beautiful smile, a really cool face card, that's what I'm I really like it. Yeah, I would say that's it.
Should she make a certain amount of money?
No, I have, like I told you, I really believe in the Roots methodology, pretty much meaning, I feel like I'm doing well enough that no matter where she's at, that's not going to change my lifestyle. So I really don't mind. Matter of fact, I just prefer that she be open because I do have a career where I can only work at certain places because I'm, a little high up on the totem pole. So I would need somebody that's flexible and willing to work around my life a little bit. So probably somebody making less may even work better, but I'm open.
Okay, so he makes good money. He's willing to be a provider, the kind of man women usually want, who is willing to pay for everything. Now, I don't know. He has to be careful because they may take advantage of that. But hey, listen, that's what women have been saying they want. Here they have a man who sounds like he makes good money.
Okay. So because you want somebody that can fit within your life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam. You gotta be able to see your legs.
Okay, let me back it up.
Okay. Looks like you're in shape.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony, Fresno, California, 43. When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was about 6 months ago. I was with her for a little bit over a year.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Don't answer it.
6 months ago.
Okay.
Okay, good answer, because it's a trick question. If you say you just, you just were clapping chicks a week ago, they're gonna call you, a womanizer. So it's always best to. I prefer. If it was me, I would never answer. But it's always better to say 6 months or more.
3 flaws you have to work on.
Definitely. Definitely. I can be a little because I've been doing what I do and live a certain way I do, and I believe in discipline. Sometimes I'm working on just being more patient, trying to be more patient with people, because when you do something and you've been doing it for so long, you don't realize everybody don't live that type of lifestyle. Everybody's not used to living that at that level. So I just try to be more patient. That's something I'm working on. And sometimes I can, I can be a little impulsive. I went and did a photo shoot last week, and and I kind of went over budget. And I think that that's something that I try not to do too much. And then sometimes I can, be extremely generous. And I think sometimes I'm working on creating healthy boundaries, because just because I got it don't mean I should do it. And that's something I continue to work on and get better at.
Okay, again, he's mentioning the money. He's letting them know, hey, I got the money and sometimes I overspend. This is every woman's dream. Oh, you got the money and sometimes you overspend? Because, women don't mind if you're going to overspend on them. If you're going to spend on them, take them shopping, they don't care. But one thing that stood out for me is the fact that when men come on this show, at least most of the men, they can list out all the flaws they got. But when women come on the show, they struggle to list the flaws they have, but they're very quick to list everything a man should do for them. So that's always very interesting.
Okay, well, you really thought about that. All right, so do you want the woman to be in California, Fresno?
No, I'm pretty open. I don't believe it's very many women, Black women in Fresno. I could be wrong. Because I stay in a suburb, and the area I'm in, maybe it's just the area. So that's why I'm open, but definitely somebody willing to travel.
They're telling me to ask you, what was the photo shoot for? I believe in photos. I mean, I do photo shoots all the time, child. So, but they're telling me to ask you, why did you do a photo shoot?
Because I'm not really good on social media and I don't take really good pictures. So it was just kind of like a branding thing for myself. It was therapeutic. Okay. It was, when you go a really tough breakup, the photo shoot was one way that I could reset and kind of like start over.
Yeah. So okay, I see why they were calling him gay, because it's not normal for men to just go around do random photo shoots after a breakup. Because like I told you guys in the comments, the women were calling him gay. Sometimes a well-spoken man. He seems like a confident guy. He got his money. Obviously, I guess the earring, they're calling him gay for that reason.
Yeah. I understand. You don't have to wait to a wedding day or a class reunion to do a photo
Yeah.
shoot. I think that's a misconception for people. Like you can decide you want to do a photo shoot because you want to. You don't need any other reason other than you want to. That's simple. But I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Couple things. What's the age range you want to date?
Uh, uh, 25 to 35.
Okay.
But I'm saying that age range because I do want to have another kid, and I know that those age range really works really well. But I'm open on the upper end, depending on the person and biology and how their face card is. I'm definitely open because it depends on the person.
Okay. Would you date a woman that has kids already?
Yeah, of course. But again, there would be some expectations around that. But as long as those expectations are met, I'm open to it.
Okay. Did I ask you why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
You did not ask me that question.
Okay, that's the last question.
No, I definitely think that I give a little bit of everything. I think leading with character and trying to enjoy life and engaging. And I don't like to use the term high value man, but I know that in a lot of areas I'm top 2 or 3%. And I think that matters to some people.
Oh, okay. That's another reason they called him. See how Kendra is looking? Top 2 or 3%. Yeah. Anytime a man has confidence and speaks highly of himself, women call him gay. They call him sassy. See, as soon as he mentioned that he's a high value man and he's in the top 2 or 3%. See where Kendra is looking? So I see why women in the comments were calling him gay.
What qualifies you? I personally don't think I don't think high value. Well, first let me ask you this: what do you rate? What are the qualifications that you feel as though make you high value?
I think it's how you conduct yourself. Number one, you're having discipline, being disciplined in your life, and I think also there's an income component, being able to be a provider. I think that's important. And I say high value to me would be like over 150, 200,000. Being maybe possibly at the lower end of a millionaire would make you a high value, at least in my opinion, because you're able to afford your whatever lifestyle you live. And then about the how you conduct yourself on a day-to-day basis, not getting into some of the things that's I think lower value as far as conduct and things of that nature.
Okay, good answer.
So I don't really believe in that term, but it just seems like that's the term people use.
Right. This isn't directed towards you because obviously you're not the first person that ever thought of that term. But I feel as though that term really got the internet and the dating game messed up because high value makes it doesn't matter. If a person is not showing up for you, no matter how much money they have in the bank, they actually have no value.
No, they do have value. To the market, they do have value. If we're going to be honest, you see Elon Musk, he had like 12 baby mamas, 12 kids, but he's the richest person in the world. He has more value than I do. So you may think, oh, he sleeps around, he has so many kids, he's not high value. The market decides he's high value. That's why the market rewards him with all the money. That's it. We can't put our feelings into it. You could say person of good character, whatever it is, but on the surface, from the world point of view, a person of high value is what the market says. And the market usually rewards him with lots of resources. It is what it is. That's my opinion.